It's funny how airports become mirrors. You arrive thinking about a destination, but what you see, if you're really paying attention, is who you've become since the last time you passed through. One of the things I've really been able to grow within the last 4 years while being a full-time traveler is the art of letting go. One of the things that used to really upset me in life is the concept of me doing everything I was supposed to and things still not going the way that I had hoped or planned. And one of the things that's so beautiful about travel is learning the art of letting go, or at least mastering it. I definitely feel like I have accomplished on a whole new level in my personal and professional development of allowing things to just be, to release, to let go. I planned and packed and paid and arrived meticulously on time and well rested for my business class South African Airways flights. I went to the business lounge. I found a nice little focus booth to get comfortable, but this is where everything went wrong. Hi. Yes, hello, it's me again, Cypress Kino. I'm currently offering a complimentary HIPAA compliance course for those who might be interested in pivoting into the healthcare administrative industry. If you're ready to get started, you can click the link in the description box below, or you can find the HIPAA compliance course at shop.empresskino.com. Now, before I tell you what happens next, let's take a moment to talk about how I got here in the first place. Kind of had one of the moments like, whoa, I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. We're in Nelson Mandela Square right now. There's a giant statue of Nelson Mandela right there. It's kind of surreal. Over a year ago today, I got stuck with about like 6 million tish. Wish us luck. It's our first time at Terminal 2 of Narere. I've taken dozens of flights out of Narere, and literally first time at Terminal 2, and it looks different. It feels different too.
It does.
Which is interesting. It's my usual terminal, back over there. Backity back and back. Okay, so now we just got told that there is some USD to buy, and we're gonna go ahead and withdraw from our mobile money account to buy some USD. I wanted to share this because literally a little over a year ago today, I got stuck with about like 6 million tish in cash that I needed to exchange for dollars, and nobody would sell me any dollars. So wish us luck. Okay, so the currency exchange was successful. Praise the Lord. I was able to exchange about 1.2 million tish. A little over actually, and the exchange rate was 500 USD for today. The exchange rate has tanked significantly over the last 6 months. Like at around June, July, I was getting like 2,800 tish for a dollar. Now it's trading around 22 to 23, depending on what medium you utilize. So I'm happy to be able to get that much out of it. I'm at this cool cafe, Bao Cafe. So there's actually one in the other terminal too that I usually go to. It's my first time coming to this one. It's the first time coming to this particular terminal. We are at Terminal 2. So we just ordered some food. I expect it to be delicious because all of the food is usually, most of the food is usually delicious in Tanzania. But at this particular cafe, the other one we went to, the food was pretty nice as well. I want to say too, the service was pretty good at the stands over here. I had to go withdraw from my mobile money from one stand, go back to another to do my exchange. And the only thing I could say is in between, I got asked if I wanted a taxi about 12 times, but that's to be expected. Other than that, everything was super smooth. Now, on to the next day of the adventure. Grateful for safe travels. These art pieces are so cool to me. I like these installations. Kind of had one of the moments like, whoa, I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. We're in Nelson Mandela Square right now. There's a giant statue of Nelson Mandela right there. It's kind of surreal. I think we're gonna go check out this Hard Rock. Thanks. Ready to have a bite to eat yet?
Yeah.
Good, thank you. The music is really loud, but I just really wanted to take a moment to document my first impression of Josie as my family sits to have a nice little meal together here at the Hard Rock Cafe. As you just saw, someone stop by, just asked us if we're good. Everybody has been so pleasant to us here so far. Like the hospitality, the warm welcome has like really been nice. It has. If you are someone who's considered moving to South Africa, tell us why you've considered moving to South Africa. And if you're someone who's moved to South Africa, tell us why you've moved to South Africa and how it's been going for you. I want authentic experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly. So comment below and let me know. So the airport is on the east side of Johannesburg. We're currently on the north and we're headed south.
But
Yes.
it's almost the same area.
Yes.
It's like you took South Africans, put them in America, then we lived our lives there. Or you just take the Americans and put them beside, they live their normal life. That's how it is.
Yes.
What matters. So on our left, that's our CPT. Johannesburg CPT. Yeah. Looks nice on the outside with the tall buildings and all, but dirty in the inside and not safe in the inside. This is the area that you should avoid unless there's something specific. Like you're going to a specific location there that you need something that urgent.
Okay.
You don't need to worry yourself much of wanting to go there. Like, okay, that's my first choice and I'm going there. You might not like the experience.
Okay. It's really great to know where it's not safe for us to go.
Yeah, so they're expensive and their money is always theirs. All of it. So around this area there is illegal mines.
What kind? Illegal mines.
Yeah, illegal mines.
Oh, what are they mining?
Gold.
Gold.
Yes.
Ah.
They mine gold and minerals. So they take vulnerable people. They just take vulnerable people, put them in there. They can stay for like years inside there. Then they rob them of their money.
Really?
All of the areas around here, right? They are only separated by one road, like one street. Like different communities, or let me just say a suburb. Yes. So as I say, this is Rosettenville on our left.
Rosettenville.
This road here separates Rosettenville and Taffontein.
Taffontein.
Yeah. So after this traffic light heading this side, that's Taffontein. Then on our left, this side, this is Rosettenville. Yes. But if you continue straight, heading straight, also it's still Rosettenville.
You know, the model is consistent. If you see a giant liquor store and a McDonald's, you know exactly where you at. Because, you know, colonialism did a number on
how it is now.
Yeah.
It was not like this back then when I grew up. There was a whole white community, you know, almost a Sandton. But now, these people that are here now, they've taken the way of living in the CPT.
And brought it here.
So in the CPT, this is how it almost looks like, but this is like a big joke, but the CPT is like way worse. But this is almost how it looks like inside the CPT. The way you see how this area is here. So these are like local supermarkets that these guys make our life easier. So most of them are like Pakistanians.
Really?
Yeah, most of Indians and Pakistanis. They're from Bangladesh or Pakistan, most of them. So they live in these stores. They sell here, they live here, they make our lives easier. Even if you come at 9 at night, I need bread, I need milk, you can get it. In the morning, early in the morning, you don't need to drive all the way to the mall. You get your stuff very easy and quick.
So is there the expectation of women to be traditional, to like, you know, stay home, have babies, cook and clean?
Yes,
Or-
they are. Yeah, like most of housewives.
Yeah, housewives.
Yes.
Or are career-oriented women is celebrated in this culture or no?
They are celebrated. So, but it also it depends on who.
Okay.
Yes. We celebrate women who like independent women.
Yeah.
Like especially for me, I do actually a lot, because it's like they're empowering other women to show them that okay, in this life you can do something for yourself as a woman. Okay, so around here, this is Horton.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Horton, one of the also like it's also top almost high class, but it's
Like upper middle class.
upper middle class. Yes.
Yeah.
So here in Horton, Nelson Mandela also had his apartment, his big mansion house was here in Horton. It's here in Horton.
Okay.
So we also have this what I've seen is this I think it's a Zimbabwe church. I'm not quite sure of the name though, but they also wear white, and all I know that they are mostly bald,
Okay.
both male and female.
Oh, both male and female.
It's a full midget. Hey, I'm sure you saw the offices, everything, how it is, officing and stuff like that. So you know what's happening.
Yeah, first time in a South African supermarket. It is a hypermarket. Thank you for that. They got deli, all of that, fresh fruit. One thing we always do is load up on fresh juice and fruit. Can't go wrong with those. So you're rolling up on our usual fruit suspects. This little mango berry cup. Am I in your way? Oh. Thank you. Okay. These little mango berry cups that I caught my attention are so $2.99 rand today, which is literally 50 cents for a nice little fruit cup. It's our first time. Yeah. Sweet elder South African lady gave us a nice little combo. Wanted to add that because everyone's like, for the most part, pretty nice. Very sociable people. And it's only been a few days, and Blessing has helped us out several times. Highly, highly recommend.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Welcome.
I'm here at Black and White Tattoo Studio. Just got a cool little tat.
My name is Tiplo. I'm the owner of Black and White Tattoos. We've been running the shop for how long now? For 12 years. And then we're here in Sandton City, inside Sports City.
Hi, it's me again. We're currently at Black and White Tattoo Studio here inside the sports scene. Is that what it's called? Sports scene inside the Sandton City Mall. We're here in Johannesburg, having a good time. So I came by one day last week and we met this really cool tattoo artist who feel comfortable enough to come back. So I'm here, about to get a tat. Don't ask me what number it is because I don't know. I like art. I be arting myself up. Don't look at my nails. I'm due for a manicure because I haven't had one since a couple weeks before we left TT. Y'all saw me get the purples. Maybe I'll go get another one today. So we're gonna get the Empress Kino crown added to my hand here. Designed my own logo, by the way, that Empress. want to make the center like parallel to it.
This type of skin is really
Yeah. Cause you know you'll hear stuff external, like people say, but then you get there, you realize that people don't actually say that. Everybody else says it. You know what I mean? You have a gentle hand. How's it feeling? You did a great job with your lines. They're nice and clean.
Thank you. My name is Tiplo. I'm the owner of Black and White Tattoos. We've been running the shop for how long now? For 12 years. And then we're here in Sandton City inside Sports Scene. I specialize in black and gray realism and other tattoos. I can do all tattoos, but I just prefer those. Yeah. Okay. I have, and this side I have a portrait of my mom. Yeah, and more. I'm Sutu. Yeah.
Very cool. Tell us about tattoo culture here in South Africa.
Tattoo culture. Well, now things are getting better. People are more open-minded in terms of choosing what they want to wear, something that they relate to, instead of just picking and just getting from the wall. So they're more personal, and it's more interesting.
Custom designs for people who want to come in and get them?
Yes, I like custom designs. Yeah, just like working together with the person who's gonna wear a tattoo. It's good. It's refreshing. You don't sit there alone and just build the whole design. It's better when you work together. It creates like a good artwork.
I love how you said that. I think everything is better when we work together. This is my artist today, Wes. Did you want to add anything?
How's it going, guys? My Instagram is Lee the Tattooer. It came out very nice, quick little tattoo design.
You like straight lines, straight lines, small, dainty tattoos, or smaller, right?
Yeah, it's more on the small side. Yeah, we definitely enjoy more bigger types of work, but we do any size, any types of work. Yeah, definitely. Of course.
And if you decide to come through, you should have let them know. And say welcome to South Africa.
12 official languages.
Yeah, I heard that. Is it 11 or 12?
It's 11, it's 12 including the sign out.
12. Yeah, 12 official languages.
Okay, so what's the main way people say welcome? You can say welcome to South Africa.
What do we say to that?
The bigger population, which is Zulu,
Uh-huh.
we can just say Amule, Yeah.
There we go.
Welcome.
Yeah, see you guys soon, yeah?
So this is literally the 4th time that I've stayed here since I've arrived here in Johannesburg, South Africa. So I figured this time I might share it with you all. So the first thing you have to do before you can do anything is put your key card in the slot on the door, and that gives you some power. Let there be light. Now we have some light. So let's take a look at this bathroom here. Toilet is away from the shower. Got a hair dryer ready to go. Some tissues. Little trash pail. Oh, right under here too, we see some refreshing towels. Some toiletries, some glass. One with a shower cap and a vanity kit, some soap. Nice clean sink. Aha. And here we have the shower separate from the toilet and the sink, but also like in the middle of the ceiling, which is so cool. It drains. There's quite a step up there. Drains here. So the bathtub runs nice hot water. But if you press this button here, it'll make water. Let's see, turn away from me. Aha. So then you have a hand shower in addition to the rainfall shower head. So quite the bath experience. Nice little towel, floor towel. Have a tub there. Face towel, body towel, floor towel, refresher towels. Nice, well-equipped bathroom with relevant vanity. Nice little like super zoom vanity mirror, as well as one that pulls out so you can see the back of your head. It's always necessary and relevant. Okay, right in here you have your closet. That is illuminated, so as you saw, it lit up when I opened it. We have a safe, programmable safe, so you can reprogram it every time in the closet, along with laundry bags if you want to do laundry. Laundry service is provided. Of course, it's an additional charge. Shoe polishing kit, ironing essentials. Okay. Move here, we move into like the kitchenette area. And we have a nice cool refrigerator hiding behind that door. Some refreshing water glasses. They also leave a complimentary bottle of filtered water in the room for you. Beautiful painting on the wall. Here we have a place to get ready with some baggage. As you can see, I left my luggage there for the moment. Nice huge TV screen, work desk, nice queen size bed, 2 nightstands. So we definitely have appropriate illumination in addition to this beautiful picture. I wanted to say painting, but I don't think that's a painting, so it's a beautiful picture. Nice big TV, comes with all the things modern TV comes with, Netflix, etc., etc. Nice aesthetically pleasing bedroom. Complimentary bottle of water along with 2 glasses. Nice thinking chair. Some other essentials, so some lighting for the nighttime mood. So this is literally the 4th time that I've stayed here since I've arrived here in Johannesburg, South Africa. So I figured this time I might share it with you all because obviously I like it if I've come and stayed here on 4 different occasions over the last several weeks. The first time I stayed here, I actually extended my stay 2 or 3 times before I left. And then obviously I've come back ever since. So if you're curious to know, the Radisson Blue hot train, I'm practicing my South African accent. Hot train has very nice rooms. And this is like the standard room. I absolutely love this hotel. I'm obsessed with it a little bit in case you were wondering. Look at this beautiful picture. It's an interesting shower, isn't it? I'd like to take a moment to talk about how my mental health has been impacted by living abroad, how it's changed since living abroad. Did I just say that twice? Probably. But when I decided to move abroad, History of South Africa from 1902 to present. It looks like a great book for the introduction to what's going on as to how we got here. One of the things I've learned now is like a full-time traveler experiencing different places in different countries. It's definitely great to have an idea of at least like what has occurred in the last 100 years of a country's history. Stop worrying, start living. Because no matter how much you worry, life is passing you by. Because let me tell you about my testimony, okay? Culture is such an amazing thing. The way we all consume and digest and project culture is so intriguing to me. So this is cool. This is unique to hear. It's amazing, the power of literature. I don't know, kind of nerding out, A lot to take in. But once upon a time, Empress Kino wandered into an exclusive bookstore in Johannesburg and currently in South Africa nerding out at an exclusive bookstore. I don't know how we got here, but we here. That's cool. Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO book. I watch this channel sometimes. Very insightful stuff, especially if you're an entrepreneur. This looks like an interesting read. One of the things I do whenever I visit a new city is visit the local library. We attempted to visit the local library yesterday, but they're closed until after the holiday season. So I'm here in an exclusive bookstore and like losing my mind a little bit, you know? So I thought I would bring y'all along for the ride. Just taking in all of the different covers. Being inspired by what looks familiar, what looks new, and what looks unique to South Africa. Very cool stuff. I personally think you can tell a lot about what's going on in society if you visit a local mall, as well as get a glimpse at the CBD. But most importantly, take a look at the public library, the local library. If there isn't a public library, that tells us a lot right there. And if there isn't a library, let's check out whatever is available as far as literature. So right now we're in a store, just taking it all in. This is a great book. Blink is very good. I read this maybe like 12 years ago. I remember somebody made a joke, one of my doctor friends, it's like, haha, every time I see you, you're reading one of your self-help books. And I don't know. I was been able to help myself. I firmly believe that nobody can help us better than we can help ourselves. You know, we have to choose to want more, we have to desire more, and we have to know what more looks like. And even if we don't, we have to be willing to explore to figure out what it is. At least that's how I live my life. It's a very good book. I didn't finish it, but I read quite a bit of it. I don't even think I realized she wrote another, The Light We Carry. I wonder if it's before or after Becoming. But Becoming was pretty big. They did a huge press run for that. When I was younger, I used to digest 2 novels and a nonfiction every week. And ever since then, I always tell myself, one day I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a novel. And shortly before creating this channel, I published my very first ebook that I wrote myself. And ever since then, I just been having so much fun learning how to express myself in so many different mediums. But nothing does it like reading a good book. I watched a Viola Davis interview not that long ago. She's very interesting, very excellent, charismatic speaker too, in addition to being a great actress. But like very, very interesting woman. Speaking of charismatic speakers, King Day's around the corner. How to stop worrying and start living. This looks interesting. All I know is if you don't live, you're gonna miss life. No matter if you worry or not. Where we come, where we go, but life, you only get one of these things. And let me tell you, this idea gets more refined with every experience that I have. Stop worrying. Start living. Because no matter how much you worry, life is passing you by. Maybe one day I'll be wandering in one of these bookstores and see my own book. Ego is the enemy. Boy, look at here. Is it? The obstacle is the way. The timeless art of turning trials into triumph. I almost want to shout. Because let me tell you about my testimony, okay? Eastern philosophy, everyday stoicism. When things don't go your way, the things you can see only when you slow down. That's a whole word in itself. Because I've learned the power of going fast, but there's a lot of power in going slow as well. I learned that in Tanzania. Pole, slow. Good vibes, good life. How self-love is the key to unlocking your greatness. I like that. If you don't know, this channel is all about self-care, self-love, my self-love development journey and documentation along the way. You can manifest your everything. I believe that now more strongly than ever before, for sure. African art history, art history section. It's cool. I like that. It's a nice looking bookstore. As I make my way through it, it's a lot to take in. So, like, culture is such an amazing thing. The way we all consume and digest and project culture is so intriguing to me. They have a really nice big reading area for like festivities and children. Oh, it's all like African fiction. Okay, so let's go check this out. So this is Afrikaans books. So this is cool. This is unique to here. I've never been a place that would have reason to have an Afrikaans section before. Very interesting. There's just some South African fiction, African fiction. Pan-African writings. More South African fiction. Then we got some African history, philosophy studies, pictorial sciences and things. So let's see what we got going on over here in South African fiction. The Heart of Redness. That looks interesting. Bantu Nuts. Love a good cover. Love a good cover. Ooh, look at that. Bear. It's a bestseller. Global Africa. So these are plain African. Everything is not enough. Oof. That's loud. I don't even need to read the synopsis of that. That title said a lot. New Daughters of Africa. Very interesting. Maya. Heart of a Woman. Angela, I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. I read this book when I was, I want to say 12 or 13 years old. It's quite a book for a 12 or 13 year old to read. But every time I think of her name, different imagery from that particular book comes to mind. It's amazing, the power of literature and how that works. The Girl with the Louding Voice. Ooh, I like that. Sounds familiar, actually. In Such Tremendous Heat. The Sex Lives of African Women. Ooh, that's intriguing. I always like finding out different cultural things that you don't get to hear people discuss in just random everyday conversation about like just general things. Like things are different. People, how they handle their sex lives, how they handle their relationships with their parents and their siblings, you know, how they go have relationships with food and their bodies and all these different things that I have awareness of from my angle, from my aspect of culture, but not from theirs. And I'm very intrigued to know. Goddesses, Traveler. I think I've seen this with someone else too. Betting on a Darkie. Whoa. Legends. People who changed South Africa for the better. Oh, this is interesting. So this is definitely something unique to South Africa. Of course, we recognize Nelson Mandela's face front and center. 8 Zulu Kings. The only thing I knew about the Zulu people prior to coming here is like the synopsis of the story of Shaka Zulu that they teach us in Pan-African history as an African American. I'm very curious to see like a lot of cultural impact and context that I have not been able to consume elsewhere, that I'll be able to get like right on the ground. Inflation is ungood and other sexual truths. The History of South Africa from 1902 to present. That looks like a great book for the introduction to what's going on as to how we got here. One of the things I've learned now is like a full-time traveler experiencing different places in different countries. It's definitely great to have an idea of at least like what has occurred in the last 100 years of a country's history when you get to go visit there. Lots and lots of cool stuff. A lot to take in. But once upon a time, Empress Kino wandered into an exclusive bookstore in Johannesburg, and she had a great time wandering around and filming and sharing with her friends. And until next time that we meet again, I want you all to practice self-care, listen to your needs daily, do it every day, and read a book. Hi, it's me again. I'm at the mall today. don't have a mic, so we don't know how this sounds. But I had the best, like most pleasant random shopping experience, and I thought I should share it with y'all. Look what I bought. Isn't this cute? Isn't this cool? Look at these lovely ladies. They helped me out. Ladies, tell us a little bit about your store and what you have to offer.
Okay, so this is Madura, Sandton City.
Yeah.
We're selling cell phone covers, iPhone phone covers, cell phone bags, handbags, straps, AirPods, Mondero pouches.
And you can accessorize them too.
Yes, this is exactly.
I got a little coin purse added to mine. And then too, it's not just a phone cover, it's a quality fabric cover that usually has some type of wristlet pouch with it, including like the packs that you see on the back of the phone where you can use it like a wallet. But they even have like little wristlets that you can add and accessorize that. Like, look at that, that's so cute. So you can create your own little custom combination, which I just did with the combination of like my coin purse, my AirPod cover, and look, they all match my bag. Look at this cool bag I got made in Tanzania. You want to know more about that? I'll talk about it later. But Amadora not only has great things here, they have very pleasant people. Tell us your name.
My name is Sakai.
Sakai.
Yes.
What tribe are you from?
I'm from Zimbabwe.
So what's the name of your tribe in Zimbabwe?
The name of?
Yeah.
I'm Shona.
Shona. But she's so sweet and pleasant. Are all the Shona people like that? Yeah.
Yes, most of, I can say all of us are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
Yes, we are.
So if you come here to get one of these lovely phone covers, we have these accessories. This is the one that I got today.
It's called the Athena.
The Athena.
Yes.
If you want to get any one of these lovely accessories, also come in other colors and designs. Make sure you come by and tell them Empress Kino sent you, because then they have a special discount surprise for you. And we're here in Sandton City Mall. Highly a beautiful sun shower. One of the cool things you get when you stay in an Airbnb versus when you stay in a hotel is the local touch. You know, a lot more of like, this is a family's home, or this is someone who's from this area, or someone curated this space for your travel. So it's cool seeing like books. Y'all know I love books. You know, I'm gonna sit there and read some of them, especially the ones that look local to South Africa. It's a very nice room. Hair dryer right there, kettle, microwave, toaster, coffee maker, little mini fridge, nice little eating area with a pantry, dishes, storage, bathroom. Can't forget the get ready mirror. Love me a nice solid mirror. Okay, so these are all like zip tie clothes, so I'm guessing they're not for guests. But this is a nice bathroom. Nice rainfall shower head. Nice tub. Nice big mirrors. Nice toiletries. Woolworths. Everything looks nice and clean. A nice, bright, smiling face welcoming me in. Gave me keys. There is parking. It's a nice little garden. And this is in the very secure, very upmarket, very quiet area of Parkhurst. Spent some time exploring Parkhurst after I checked in my Airbnb. I found this really cool cafe that had fresh pressed juice. There's beauty everywhere. You just have to look. This doesn't look like the Africa they show on TV, does it? I enjoyed a nice breakfast here, but you tell me. Does this look like the Africa that they show on TV? I enjoyed a lot of the scenes that I was able to capture while I spent several weeks living on the richest square mile in Africa. If you leave it to mainstream media, everyone's a savage here in Africa. They're starving here in Africa. I don't know. I feel like I eat pretty good here in Africa. This was a French toast breakfast that I had with some blueberries, some fresh juice. I love fresh juice. I always have juice. I drink too much juice, really. I love avocados. Look at the view. While I do understand that living on the richest square mile in Africa does place me in a bubble, I also understand that there is a lot more to Africa than we've been taught to think about. As I explore myself and strengthen myself, I'm finding new things to question. I lived on the richest square mile in Africa for 6 weeks, and here's what I learned. I learned that in South Africa, they call it braai, not barbecue. I learned that you can get some beautiful sights and views in Johannesburg. I learned that it's Xhosa is how you pronounce it, I believe. But wait a minute. Let's just be with me a moment here. One of the things that TV never shows you is the calm, the peace that comes with being in Africa, the relaxation, the comfort that comes from being within Africa. But I digress. Another thing I learned while spending some time in South Africa was that you can create meditation anywhere. Everywhere. There are several other things that I learned about life and many other things while spending some time in South Africa. Culture is really something, and the way it shines through food is really something else. I wanted to visit the library in Mandela Square, so I made my way back there. But before I went inside, I made sure to take in some of the most meaningful quotes that Madiba left for us. Blaming things on the past does not make them better. Nelson Mandela. Our hopes will become a reality. And then I went and checked out the Sandton City Library. I bet you didn't expect it to look like this inside. Yeah, a library in South Africa. I had a ball in there. I spent a couple hours slowly making my way up the cool spiral stair ramp thing that they have going on, checking out all different areas of the books, different desk areas. They had all kind of different things that I was enjoying exploring, including the windows. Like, I couldn't believe how accessible the windows and like the patio and stuff was. So I just really took my time enjoying the ambiance that you find in a library. It's one of my favorite things about a library. The sensory experience. It's usually quiet, it's usually cool, and there's space for me to just wander and absorb and inquire and acquire. And there's so much life to be held in a library. There's so much power to be manifested in a library. And that makes me want to discuss a little bit why I came to South Africa. But instead of doing that, I'll leave you with this in this very moment. Little subs, little subs. When I say I couldn't believe like the big windows, I was all up in them. Like, wow, look at this view. I don't think I've been to a library anywhere in America that has such huge windows that were such easily accessible to the people taking up the space. So I really appreciated the difference in architecture and just how things were laid out. These were the study area where you can sit and enjoy the space, the fresh air. The whole space was really just designed for natural light and ventilation. I don't know the history behind this library. I did not take the time to research it. I just was very curious because I'd walked by it several times and it was closed when I came to originally discover it during the holiday. So I really just took my time absorbing in, all of the different statues, the books, the whole vibe. Like, it was just really a vibe. It was a beautiful day too, and that made it even better. So I ended up stumbling into this cute little patisserie, a luxe patisserie, Shasmin's. It was highly decorated, very Instagrammable if you're into that kind of thing. I just really genuinely enjoy cafes and I enjoy eating. So wherever I am, I'm eating very well and I'm exploring all the different things the market has to offer. So I stumbled into this place when I saw the other patisserie place in the mall that I had become to like had closed. And this was cool. It's very cute. I had my usual matcha and it wasn't what I anticipated. Overall, it was okay, but I definitely feel like it was more aesthetically pleasing than anything. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's in Sandton City Mall. I really enjoyed myself. I did look them up after I found them, and I think they're like super popular on Instagram or something. And I can tell it's a very Instagrammable space. Very cute. I sat there and did my usual thing. I'm usually plotting and scheming when I got my iPad. Don't talk to me. Funny enough, I have a really interesting story to tell about an experience I had in South Africa where my iPad was involved. And I think I'll tell that story a little bit later. But right now, let's get into this really cute decor. Very pink, very rosy, very Instagrammable, like I said. Cute aesthetics. If you're really into like the girly tea party thing, it definitely has that vibe going for itself. Very cute. If you've never been to Africa and you didn't know anything beyond what mainstream media tells you, you wouldn't believe that this is where I was. That's why I couldn't help myself with just capturing all of the different sights and sounds I was taking in as I was doing different things and riding around town, riding around the city. I was really awestruck by the views. It felt very familiar in a way. It was so strange. It almost felt like my home in Florida in some different aspects. But the scenery in itself was very enjoyable alongside a lot of the food offerings that I came upon. This was a nice restaurant I found that was like a rooftop bar or something like that, I believe. I had a really nice steak, some fresh mashed potato, carrot. That was some rose sparkling water and a very nice view. I took in the sunset on a nice cool night. If I didn't tell you it was South Africa, would have known? Mainstream media is so deceitful. Okay, so if I told you what I'd be up to, it might make a little bit more sense as to why I was so distracted to the point in my focus booth that I missed my boarding time. I, yes, absolutely was relaxing so hard in the business lounge, doing my thing in my zone, that I missed my flight. My gate was A9. It was A9 and A10. Also, this is the whole section, like this whole segment of gates was down this ramp, a ramp by itself. It's like wide open. You see like two workers down all the way down there, and like two workers all the way down there. Once I realized that I missed boarding time, I shuffled my way to the gate, and of course, I saw nothing and no one. The flight, the shuttle, it was gone. It had left me behind. But that couldn't stop my mission. It couldn't stop my flow. Something you should know about Empress Kino is no matter how catastrophic it may be to the average person, I am going to pick myself up, dust myself off, and try again. And what I did next was absolutely that. I purchased another flight, I patiently waited, and I arrived safe and sound in my home country of Tanzania. I went and saw my family, saw my friends, took care of a couple business errands, and then I started plotting and scheming on the next move. Yeah, like I said, if I told you what I really be up to, you would probably think I was making it up. So again, I say resilient. As you can see, I made my business class flight this time around. Even though there were the strangest things that occurred around this flight as well. The only thing that you can count on for certain with the experience of travel is that almost nothing will go according to plan and everything will cost 2 to 3 times more than you anticipated. FYI. I decided to show you all some of the little trinkets that they gave us in our little business class refresher kit. I thought it was cute. I love kits. My husband will tell me. One thing about me, I'm always prepared because I make mini kits for everything. I have a kit for every purpose in my life, and I always have them with me whenever it may be suitable. So I found it really amusing that they had this really cool kit for us. I'm like, oh, let's check it out. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to start sharing some of like my pro travel tips that I've acquired over the last 4 years, traveling, globe-trotting solo. As a woman, traveling throughout the world, everywhere from Africa to Europe to the Middle East to different parts of America by myself, everything from camping in the woods to staying at 5-star resorts. I have really been enjoying the time that the Big G has been blessing me with on this earth. And I've been maximizing it to the fullest because this year is a year that I was reminded of the fact that I almost wasn't here. And I am appreciating life in every aspect that I've been blessed and able to, including enjoying my business class flights. Because if I told you what I had to go through to get here, you would probably think I made it up. They served hot towels periodically. I think I got one 2 or 3 times throughout the flight, and that was quite nice. It was one like every like half hour before each meal or something like that. And they served us dinner, a light snack, and breakfast. I was so tired, you wouldn't believe the day I had leading up to this. I was so tired, I literally slept through dinner. I think I had a sea bass or something. Like it was a fish plate. I'm back to primarily eating pescatarian. And I went right to sleep and the plate was sat next to me. I was out, woke up, the plate was gone. So I think it was nice. I think I remember taking a bite of the fish. I didn't eat a lot because a lot of things just aren't suitable for my dietary restrictions when I'm on the move. And that's what I was referencing earlier about my kids. So I keep like little snacks with me and things like that as well. Because certain things just won't cut it for me. In addition to the great service and okay food, I was able to get some nice rest on the lie flat bed, but even better, I was able to respond to a lot of emails before I even landed. So that released some pressure from the rest of my day, which was very comforting because long haul flights can be very exhausting. So I was able to just enjoy the rest of my flight after my rest, a little bit of work, and watch the beautiful views as I was getting ready to land into South Africa yet again. The vanity mirrors were a nice touch. I was able to not only refresh, but actually look at myself and not feel like I looked crusty as I was getting off the plane. If you've taken long hauls, you know exactly what I mean. It's funny how airports become mirrors. You arrive thinking about a destination, but what you see, if you're really paying attention, is who you've become since the last time you passed through. The first time I came to Josie, I wasn't searching. I was on holiday, exploring potential. I didn't know how deeply she'd imprint herself on me.